welcome to the Gastlecast! I'm Chris.
I'm Heather. On our last episode, we talked about a couple different pops that did not quite hit the mark. But on this episode, we're going to be talking about some incredibly done pops.
So I want to start off with one of my favorite characters, obviously, from Marvel, Thanos. What I love so much in 2018 is that they brought out Thanos in Throne. I think they did a beautiful job with it. The Throne looks fantastic. The Thanos looks fantastic. They picked a great mold. Him sitting in the chair, holding on to like the throne, I guess the arm rests. The chair looks like stone. They had it where it's like kind of hovering off the ground, like in the Guardians of the Galaxy film. Beside that, I thought that 2018 was just saturated with a lot of Infinity War stuff with the gauntlet and all that stuff. I think that they made a really wise choice taking advantage of another version of Thanos from the Guardians of the Galaxy film. I think they just hit the nail on the head with this character. I absolutely love that pop. I like that he's a little bit bigger. He's in a weird box. Just everything about that one I really happen to love.
Yeah, I think he's really great. I like the fact that he's oversized. I like the fact that he's floating. He looks so much different from the other Thanoses that they released, and it makes him unique. He definitely stands out.
One of the best pops of 2018 in my opinion, and might be like in the top 3 of the Funko Pops released in 2018 overall in my opinion.
Is there anything else you want to say that's in your opinion?
No.
Okay. So the pop I'm going to start out with is the Crystal Blue Heisenberg. I love that pop. I think it was so well done. I love the fact that he looks exactly like Heisenberg, only in the form of the crystal meth.
It looks like it would be a custom, like somebody would have generated that on their own down the road, like later on. But the fact that they released it and it was this blue crystal version of the character, I just think was brilliant on Funko's part.
Absolutely. It is the exact same mold as the original Heisenberg. He has a gun in his hand, he has the hat, he has the sunglasses, and he has the little baggie of the blue sky.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. My next one is Indiana Jones, which they made 2 pops of him, and I think they hit the nail on the head with both. They are both phenomenal. I think they did a great job. One's holding an idol, and the other one's holding one of the stones from Temple of Doom, and he has like a sword and stuff. They did a great job with these. We talked in the last video about the gremlin, you know, the striped gremlin, and we want to see in the future maybe an updated version of the striped gremlin. Well, Indiana Jones has been around for a few years now. They did so well with that Funko Pop that they don't have to update that one. They don't have to do anything with it.
He is a really great pop. The extent of my Indiana Jones knowledge is just knowing who he is. But if you sat those pops in front of me, I would know exactly who he was. Without a box.
And that's kind of what these videos are about. As soon as you walk into a room, you see a bunch of pops on the wall. What pops do you spot first and what looks most like what they're supposed to look like?
Absolutely.
The glow-in-the-dark gremlin, the stripe, you might not know right off the bat what exactly what that is.
You're right, because, like we said in the last video, colors off, he looks too happy.
Right, exactly.
It's just weird. And you'd be like, oh, is that like one of those, what was that movie that you liked?
What, Critters?
One of those Critters.
Oh, no, Critters look so much different.
I know,
but you're saying it could be easily confused with something else.
It could be like, oh,
Creature of the Black Lagoon or something. Yeah, I mean, you could. But Indiana Jones, those 2 look so great. They stand out. They look perfect. And I hope they make more in the future. But I am completely content with the 2 that we already have.
Yeah, they're great. So my next one is the Boggart as Snape from Harry Potter. That is one of my all-time favorite pops. I love it because it's sort of obscure. It's like a little snippet from the movie. I want to say you see Snape, or the Boggart as Snape for like, I don't know, 30 seconds tops.
So the pop is sort of like a B-side character.
Yeah.
Like, or I mean, the character, many people that love the movies or books maybe wouldn't remember it. Is it like that kind of character, you think?
No, I think you remember it because it's a pretty monumental scene. Because they're learning what this creature is and what it does. And something really big happens with Harry Potter in it, sort of. Right. You, as a non-Harry Potter fan, would be like, I don't remember that part.
Right. Yeah, I mean, in fact, when I saw the pop and you wanted it, I had no idea what it was. Like, no clue. And then when you tried to explain it to me, it made it even more confusing.
Yeah.
I was like, you're a Harry Potter fan, you love Harry Potter, you read all the books, watched all the movies, and you're having a hard time explaining exactly what the character is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is really hard to explain. It's basically this creature that takes form of something that you are scared of. So the charm that you make it less scary and to freak you out less is called ridiculous. Professor Snape. So this creature emerged as Professor Snape. Professor Snape when he had like the kid's like grandmother's like clocher hat and like a creature scarf and even like with the finger showing. Like it's just really funny and really obscure and it has like way too much detail, which I'm definitely not complaining about.
I actually have zero idea of anything that you just said. I feel like we're right back to the conversation we had months ago about this. So my number one of the three that I chose is actually a character that we really don't collect, but it's from Dragon Ball Super Saiyan Gohan 2. That pop is amazing. It looks like it crawled right out of the cartoon. He has some like kind of marks on his face. It looks like he's been fighting. He has some like electricity kind of surrounding him, like the power, surrounding him. It is just an epic looking Funko Pop. And I remember seeing it for the first time because it was a GameStop exclusive. And my mind was blown. I thought it was just like kind of a concept that somebody had come up with as a fan. But to find out that it was a real Funko Pop, it really just blew me away. And it shows you what Funko is capable of. And some of their artists are just incredibly talented. That pop, I would have never dreamed they would, one, make it, and two, it would come out looking so well. I think they hit the ball out of the park with this Funko Pop. And I would go as far to say it could quite possibly be one of the best Funko Pops ever made.
Wow.
In overall. I think that with everything that they put into this Funko Pop, it looks exactly the way it's supposed to look.
Wow. Everything you just said is basically everything that I just said about Snape. Like, I don't even know what you said. Like, what is a Gohan? I don't know.
That didn't make any... I didn't explain what the character was. You explained what the character was. I did not... I just said how much I liked him and how great he looks. You told me a whole backstory that I didn't understand.
Yeah, but I don't even know what a Gohan is.
I like how you're confused by a name.
All the Dragon Ball characters look the same to me. They just have like different colored hair. So I didn't choose my pops in like 1, 2, 3 order. I just started talking about pops. So this isn't necessarily my number one. I feel like for me, all of my pops are my number ones. But this one is the Well Walker from The Walking Dead, which is amazing. It is one of, to me, the most memorable scenes of The Walking Dead. I mean, there's a lot of memorable scenes from The Walking Dead. But, like, when I saw that scene where they pulled the walker out of the well and he was, like, blown up from all the water, and they pulled him out with the rope and he, like, got cut in half, and then when I saw the pop and saw that you can actually take him apart, and, like, he had a piece of his spine sticking out.
Yeah, that was cool.
I was just like, holy crap.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't have done much better. Unless they actually had, like, guts falling out of it.
Yeah, they added a little something extra to that pop to make it just stellar. Yes. And it's very memorable. If they didn't split it in half, I think it would just be mediocre. Like, by the look of him, he's cool looking, don't get me wrong. But until you actually pull that thing out of the box and pull it in half yourself, that I remember our minds just being blown. We were like, oh my god, I cannot believe it actually does this. So those are the Funko Pops we think that Funko did an amazing job on. If they would have told me that they were making those particular Pops, other than Snape, because I don't know enough about him, I would envision them exactly the way that they came out in Funko Pop form. I think they did a beautiful job. I'm really happy that we actually owned those particular Pops.
Me too.
They are definitely at the very top of our list when it comes to very well done or win Pops. Guys, what are your top 3 favorite Funko Pops that they've made so far? Let us know in the comment section down below. We would love to know which ones. And let us know if you agree with the ones we chose right here in this video. As always, we hunt together, yes! We will catch you next time!
Bye!